everybody. Last week we did some awesome jellies, and this week I'm going to show you how to make a sea turtle going along with our little ocean theme, ocean life. So for our sea turtle, we're going to be drawing a big oval in the middle of my paper. The shell of our sea turtle is really important. I'm making an oval with a tiny little point on the end and rounding off. It kind of looks like a speech bubble or a balloon. Next, I'm going to add our sea turtle's head, and I'm going to go up and around and back down. Kind of looks like a weird ovally shape. Some little wavy lines for our sea turtle's feet, little flippers, right? And then for his arms, I'm going to come up, out, almost like he has wings, right? A little chicken wing. And he has two of those, so one on each side. His feet are a lot smaller than his arms to help him swim. And then I'm going to add an eye, a circle with a little circle inside, and a happy face because he is so happy swimming around on your paper. Next, we have some detail lines for our shell. So I'm going to follow my line from the outside, and I am kind of copying it by coming around inside. And I want the shell to have those nice lines on it. And I'm just connecting from one side to another, almost like a ladder. And I'm going to go all the way around until I get back to where there's no room. And next, we want the inside of the shell, or what's on the outside, really. I am making geometric lines, so straight, but you're allowed to have little wiggly, bumpy lines. And I'm just kind of playing connect the dots, minus the dots. Whatever shapes you want in here to represent the shell of your sea turtle, which we're going to layer on with crayons or colored pencils or paint, whatever you have at home. It doesn't matter. I'm going to finish off this shell with kind of like a weird shape. There we go. And now I'm going to take my Sharpie and, yep, you guessed it, I'm going to trace all my pencil lines. Here we go. Okay, now that I'm finished sharpieing my lines, I am going to color. For my sea turtle, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Last week we used the markers with the water. I'm going to do that for the background, but for my sea turtle itself, I'm going to switch back to crayons because I know it's something everybody has. And we're going to practice layering. So a lot of the times we will pick a color and we're going to go, yep, that's the color I'm choosing for this spot. But I'm going to show you how it looks when you layer crayons. So I am coloring my sea turtle's arms and legs and his head with a green color that I found in my crayon box. It's actually called asparagus, so it's a little bit of a darker green. I like to outline my shapes and then color in. So outline kind of like you're following a coloring book from your Sharpie lines, and then you can just fill it in. I try to color in one direction or small circles just to kind of get my crayon coloring practice a little better. So we're starting with asparagus green. We're going to add some little brown spots for some texture, lovely artwork. And then a little bit of yellow on top really helps give our sea turtle some detail and make him look less flat. Okay, his arms, body, head, legs, whatever is colored in green. I'm taking a brown crayon and I'm kind of pressing a little hard here, but on his feet and his arms and his head, kind of like his neck head area, I'm adding these small brown spots. This already makes our sea turtle look a little bit more interesting. We're adding a bit of variety on him by adding all these little spots. Because if you look at pictures of sea turtles from the video we watched, there's lots of details in our sea turtle, and we don't want to miss out on them. Okay, my spots are colored on. He is looking cute. What I'm going to do next is take a brown marker and I'm actually going to outline my brown spots. I know we added detail already just by coloring the spots, but by outlining them a little bit with the brown, this also helps make the spots pop, especially when we add all of the detail that's going to happen in our sea turtle's shell. So I'm going around to all my spots and I'm adding a little bit of a brown outline. And then I'm actually going to take my yellow crayon and I'm going to add that on top of the green arms, head, and legs. And this makes our sea turtle look a little bit brighter, especially if you're using a dark green like I am. Okay, now that we colored our shell yellow, I am taking a tan-ish, like a brown, but not like a dark brown, on top of my yellow crayon. And this helps us layer and make it look more interesting, especially if we don't have that many colors at home. So yellow first, and then a nice tannish brown, or even if you just have a regular brown is fine. For the last step on my sea turtle, I am taking a brown, you could even do this in black, and I'm just kind of re-outlining my Sharpie lines just so the sea turtle shell has a little extra detail on him so he can look fancy. For the background, it doesn't matter what you do as long as it is nice and colored. I am using the watercolor, well, washable marker and just a water and a paintbrush to paint or color the background. But whatever it is you want to use. If you have paint, use paint. If you have markers, use markers. Maybe there's some other sea animal friends with him. Whatever you want. I cannot wait to see all of your sea turtles.